Hello. It's me. Again. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's me. Again. I'm here. Today is Wednesday. It has been 7 math days since 1504 aired. Supernatural, Season 15, Episode 4, Atomic Monsters, in which Dean Winchester and Sam Winchester go on a case that involves cheerleaders. And surprisingly, fewer things were creepy than one would have expected. So, and other things happen. Because there's two plot lines. Because, of course, there's two plot lines. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, then you need to go away. You need to go away. You need to go away. You need to be like Mr. Darcy. This is my dog. His name's Darcy. You need to be like Darcy. And just ignore what I'm saying. And leave. You also need to be like Darcy and be super cute. Because Darcy's super cute. He's a little baby. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. That's enough harassing of my dog for now. Bye. Bye, non-spoileries. Bye. I know you're still there. Leave. 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 Leave now. Or forever hold your peace. Mr. Darcy. Hello. Hello. Hello, my dear spoilery people. So this was an interesting episode. Because who should turn up but motherfucking Becky Rosen. What? Like, I was shook when I found out. I was like, what? Why is Becky here? We hate her. She's bad. She drugged Sammy. She did a bad. She did a non-con. That's not acceptable, Becky. And she was also gross and creepy before then, as seen in her two episodes of season 5, the premiere and the mid-season. Yeah, things we didn't need. It's Becky Rosen. We just didn't need her. We didn't. Yeah, we didn't need her. No! He doesn't love me. Darcy doesn't love me. My dog doesn't love me. Olive. But, yeah. So it turns out that Becky is still a Supernatural fan. She's actually a big part of the fandom, and she is a fan for a living because she makes like tchotchkes and sells them on Etsy. Good for you, Bexters. and she's married, and she has kiddos, little kiddos. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice, Becky. And she's like living her life. Her husband and kids are going for an adventure, and who should pop up a motherfucking Chuck? Charles Shirley turns up. Now remember, of course, that Becky and Chuck used to date. They dated in season 5 for like a hot second. Then they broke up for reasons. And now they're not, and now they're super duper not together. Which is good, because like he would have killed her by now. That's evidenced by this episode. So he's all like, oh, I'm so sad I had a falling out with the Winchesters. And she still thinks that he's a prophet. Remember when we thought that Chuck was a prophet? And she's like, okay, well then. And he's like, they talk about writing stuff. And she actually offers like really good advice for how to get through a writer's block. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Becky. Thank you. We appreciate it. I appreciate the advice on how to get through writer's block. Fuck you. I don't want to. I can't write that. No, you have to write. You have to write. That's what you gotta do. And if you're hearing gurgling sounds in the background, that is the coffee maker. Because I want coffee. But yeah, so Becky tells Chuck, yeah, man, you need to write. You need to write, bro. You need to write. He's like, okay, all right. And he typed on her laptop, and then he's like, okay, I did it. Read it. And she's like, okay, well, it's not bad. There's no Cass, and it's a little stale, and there's no Cass. It's not that great, and there's no Cass, but otherwise it's fine. And she's like, yeah, she goes on to say, like, yeah, it's like, there's not really enough danger here. Like, this is all very low stakes. There's no Cass. Low stakes. And Chuck becomes pissed off. You poked the Bear Baxters. You went too far. You said the wrong thing. You said you wanted danger. And Chuck, he just took that and rolled with it. And so he did the ending he actually wants to do. He wrote it out. And what's the ending that Chuck wants? Apparently, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's hopeless. This is all according to Becky. We don't actually know what he wrote. But according to Becky, it's not great. It's not great. And Becky is horrified. And she tells Chuck so. And he says, deal with it. I'm God. And her husband comes home and he blips him. And her children come home and he blips them. And then he blips Becky. They're all gone. He Thanos them. Rude, Chuck. That's very rude. But that's not the only stuff that happened in the episode. There was also some stuff going on with like Dean and also with Sam. There was stuff at the beginning of the episode, especially because Sam had this nightmare where he was on demon blood again and he kills Dean, and it's all very upsetting. It's very upsetting. And there's Benny there, and Benny dies, or Dean has to kill Benny. It's very sad. and I assume that this nightmare was like bullet induced, like seeing into like other worlds. That weird stuff that was going on in the premiere has to do with that. That's what I'm assuming, but I don't actually know. Could just be that it's just like a normal nightmare. Will this have any effect on the plot ever? I don't know. I am curious. Apologies. Yeah. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna break for part 2 here, so look for part 2.